not showing my picture, but I hope that it means this camera. Oh, that's why. I bet it was covered. Let me see. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so now I know it's working. All right, so let me go back to all these windows that I have open. Okay, so this one that we're going to work with, the first one, has a function in it, and it's got a for loop. So we're going to look at how this one works. So let me see if this was really the easiest one that I wanted to do first. Where did those others go? Let me try this one. I think it may be easier. I just am in idle because it's bigger where you can see it. I don't know why that's in their face in class. I think we did this. Okay, so you can start typing this in. This actually isn't easier. Let me go to the other one. It's got more to it. This one does. Then where's my idle menu? Here it is. Okay, this one is called D square. So first of all, you have to, if you have the original turtle program that we did, you can start with it because we did one called Leo, I think, or something like that. Do you still have that one? Anybody? No? Because we did one that I had y'all do, which was, I have it here too somewhere. We did one called Loops.
I named it Loops.
Okay, well, you can start with that one because it will have your import turtle in it already. I'll have some of this in there. But if you want to just type what I have up here, you can. Import turtle. I call my turtle T. You can call it whatever you want. T, just so it's not turtle. You give it your name. T equals turtle.turtle. So remember, this is calling in an imported function. Right? So you have to have this in here. From turtle, import turtle. Oh, that was spelled wrong. And then we have a function here. You can tell that because it starts with define. DEF square X colon. So we're going to pass something into this function, right? Now, where is the, should make a call to this function. Does this one not work? Where's my call?
Import turtle, you said?
Yeah, import turtle, T equals turtle.turtle. But I don't know why this one isn't. I don't know why it's not making a call unless it's further down. I know. I'm going to open this up. I think I can't show it while you're getting it in, and I might go ahead and put some of these for you. Okay, this is, here's what I will do. This will make it much easier. I'm going to give some of these to you in Canvas. Can y'all see it? Let's see. I'm going to try. Having trouble seeing it, Caitlin. I'm sorry.
What's the last one?
The last thing says T dot left and angle in parentheses. But let me see here. I'm going to try to put this in Canvas for you. Yeah, okay. And we're going to just mess with it. Okay. This will help. I'm going to put it into. I know sometimes it's hard to see. Okay, if you'll go down to the bottom of, let me get out of this a second. Go into Canvas and go down to that module that we're working with. Go back to Canvas here. Okay, let me refresh and it should be there. Okay, there's a file called fall19.zip. We're going to download that. See how it works on Windows here. Hopefully, if this zip file will work. Show in Finder. So you should have downloaded, you can download, this will have all the programs that we're going to work with today, and you won't have to sit and type them all. Okay? So if you download this, but we're going to make some modifications to them, then you have to extract all. How do we do that here? Open with, I don't know how this Windows is doing here. Maybe it'll open with Windows Explorer. Usually you have to unzip it, but maybe not. Okay, so now you've got them all. This is the one that I just had you copy. So, and then we were looking at this one facing class. But the first Leo, this was the one that we did. Oh, I don't want to execute it. Open. Why is it not letting me? Does yours not show you open with? See, that's why I don't like Windows. It's such a mess. Let me see here. I'm probably, let me go back to the downloads file. Let me see if it'll let me use open with the 7-zip file manager. Ah, that's what you have to do here. Mine didn't let me do control. So now I say extract, and it should extract the whole file. Because that's what kept happening. Okay, here it is. So if yours, when you're on Windows, if you've had trouble before, if yours says right here and it gives you open with something besides these two, does yours give you only these two on Windows? If it does, do 7-zip file manager.
You can also go to where it says 7-zip under open right there.
Right there? Oh, okay, extract files. Okay, there you go. Thank you. Extract to fall19. So once, because it won't let you mess with them unless you get it extracted. So now I've got it extracted. Now I can say edit with idle, or you can go to PyCharm, whichever you prefer. Okay, now this one, but what I wanted to do first, let me get this back. This is always in my way. Okay, the one that we worked with before was the first Leo, and in that one, it also has a function in it. And what this one does, if we run it, okay, that's the one with the color and everything that went like that. But what I wanted, the reason I wanted to run that one is because it has some of the commands in it that you'll want to use in your project that you're going to do. But you notice at the top of every one, it says import turtle, and then your name of your turtle. That's called establishing an instance of this turtle. And so whatever the instance is, you can have it establish 4 turtles and have them all doing something different by naming them. And it's pretty cool. I have one in here that has 4 turtles. I don't think I included in that zip file. I'll show you in a minute. But so this one, I named it Leo. So every time that now, from now on, I don't refer to it as turtle, I refer to it as Leo down here when I want it to do something. And these are all built-in functions that are part of the turtle class, it's called. Okay, so there's all these built-in functions. And you remember I gave you all a link earlier, and I'll give it to you again, where you can find out all the functions, and we saw the little spiral graph thing. Okay, so you can do all kinds of fun stuff with the turtle. But here, the purpose of this one, where does my program actually start? Once I initiate Leo,
It's that path forward, left.
it starts down here, right? Well, actually, it doesn't start here because this is the function. So it's going to skip over that defines. It's going to come down here and says, establish the speed of Leo to 1, which is going to be the slowest as possible. Establish the shape to turtle. There's other shapes you can use if you go over to that graphics link that I told you about. There's the size of the shape is at 3. Then we're setting the pen size to 2, the color to red and yellow. And so it's doing the pen size to red, and then it's filling it with yellow, I believe. And then it uses a function called fill. Okay, now in this particular one, I haven't made a call to the function, so it isn't doing this up here, right? I commented it out, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it actually never does this because I have it doing it down here. So if I want to make this a function, I'm going to take this out because I already have it in a function up above. And I have to take my comment out, and it should do the same thing that it was doing, only as a function. Okay, so it did the same thing as it did without the function, right? But here it made a call to the function, so it went up there and did the forward, left, forward, left, forward, left, forward, left. So what we're learning to do is we can go from here down, but we can have our turtle do certain things more than once. If I wanted him to do that path twice, I could make a call to it twice. Or I could make another function. But now I'm probably not going to see it because it's going to do it twice. And it went right over the top, right? So I'd have to change where he's going. How could I make it a different one? I could go here. Let me do this, and then y'all tell me how to fix it. Okay, I'm going to copy. I think. Oh, what'd I do? Delete it? Huh? Yep. Control Z. That's my Windows doing that. Oh no, what'd I do? There it is. Okay, so I have it here, and I had it copied and I didn't know it. Control V. So I'm going to call this one path 1. And in this one, I'm going to tell it to go forward maybe 115 and go left. I can still make it go left just 90 as long as I'm going forward a different number, then it's going to should make a different path, right? Is this going to work? What do you guys think?
No.
What needs to happen?
Instead of going left, go right.
Yeah.
Okay. Instead of going left, I can go right. And right. And right. And right. Okay, and then what else do I need to do? Down here in my main, to make this function path 1 actually execute, what do I need to do? Good, my call needs to call that function, right? because I changed the name. Everybody follow? Guys see? Ty, you see what you're doing? Okay, so here we're going to say run module. Let's see what the turtle does. He only filled at the end, right? Because that begin fills in the main. So you see, you can control and you can create little functions to do different things for the turtle to do different things. So let's look at one of the other ones. Let's look at the face. Oops, because I already had that one too. Where's that one? Face in class. Okay, so this one is going to draw a face. Let me see if he has, okay, he's called T.
It only draws little circles.
It is. It's not working right, is it? So this one, we want it to draw a face. Let's see what it's doing. It's got two functions, and it's only actually calling the draw circle one 2 times, right? So the draw circle function, it's passing the parameters to what kind of circle I want it to draw, but it's really not doing anything else. It's never executing this one. What if I do, let's see what this does. Let's just say go to, and X and Y is going to tell it, those are coordinates on the screen. So what do we want our X and Y to be? We could say start at position, we'll start the first circle at position 50. That's not going to be very far in on the screen. Did it execute that one? Oh, I'm wrong. Wait a minute. Do y'all not see? Do y'all see what happened?
No.
Okay, look. Where is the go-to called?
Nowhere.
Are you sure?
Oh, right there. Def go to XY.
Very good. Inside this function, it's calling this function, right? So it is using, it's using an X and Y, which are -200, -200, and then it's saying a radius of 10. So it's making one circle with a radius of 10, and it's making it red. So we could do different circles, and we can change where it's located on the screen, right? If we wanted one, so if we said draw circle, oops, draw circle, where do we want this one to go? Oh, you can't hardly see, can you, Caitlin? I don't know how to get this to, okay, let me go up further. Can you see it now?
I can't see it.
Oh,
You can see it, yes.
let me see. I can't make this smaller. Let me see how I can do that. They're having trouble seeing. Format, where's my fonts? That one, format fonts, file, options. Let's see if I can do it this way. Font size 20. Here, I'll change it back to like 16, maybe then you can see it. Let's see. Oops. Come on. Did that bring it up enough that you can see it or no? Now it won't even let me scroll. I don't know what's happening here. So, oh, and it erased something. What'd I do? It erased my red one. Okay, let's see. Let me open it again without changing it. Oh, I bet it saved it when it ran it. Oh, I see where it is. You guys are telling me. Here we go. Okay, there's that one. I don't know how to, maybe you have to move over to that computer. Maybe y'all need to move over to the edge computer because I can't get it to go bigger. Okay, so on this one, if I want to make it further in the middle of the screen, let's do -0. Okay. 0, 0, and our circle, we want to make it bigger or smaller. We can make it about, let's make it 75. And let's make it blue maybe. Okay, let's see what happens.
How do you make it run in a little?
How do you make it what?
How do you make this run again?
The turtle?
Yeah.
Oh, you just click run.
In PyCharm?
I just fell.
Yeah, where are you talking? Right. Oh, in PyCharm, you go up to that little arrow up at the top, or there should be a menu option that says run across the top in PyCharm.
Yeah, there is, but I'm getting the little thing down here.
Let's see.
That was not running. Little-
It's saying that it's not finding something. Attribute error. Module turtle has no attribute turtle.
Copy and paste from this code.
Line A, okay, file. It's saying it's not finding the turtle graph. Turtle equals turtle.
Try running it in the
Yeah, try running it in idle, and I bet you'll be all right.
or just
You know where to find it? Go down here. And it should actually give you that option. Go all the way down to Python. No, and then there's idle. Now you've got to change. Okay, go over here, or actually it's under options, configure. And general. Open edit window and say Y and okay. Now close this. And now just open one of those that are already in. Edit with title. Okay, that's it, isn't it? Yeah, that's the one. Okay. All right, so we got it to draw. So you see, you can do all these different things. And look, this is a call within a call. So we have two functions here. And we were able to, it didn't really draw the face.
still not
It
working.
doesn't have,
What?
don't have a smile or anything.
No, you can make a smile if you want.
Yeah, that's what I'm going for.
That's what you're going for? Yeah, because it's really not a face. It's just a circle. There must be something on your computer that's missing. Try logging into that one next to you. It's like your turtle graphics is missing. Did anyone else have trouble with that?
I'm using auto right now.
Okay, and when she used idle, hers still, is it coming up with that same error, Blaine? Is it?
Yeah.
It is the same error even when you're in idle? Yeah, it's like something's missing. Sometimes turtle graphics, if it's not incorporated into that Python, maybe are y'all using 3.7 on your computer or
3.8.
It has to be
3.7? She was in 3.8. Maybe it's that's why, I don't know. You can try.
I'll try it.
Okay, so the other ones that we're going to do, let's go back here. There was another. Okay, so here was one
Plug in
call.
here.
Okay, well, there's something wrong with yours. I don't know. Try it. Yeah, try it on that computer. If that doesn't work, then we're in trouble.
I mean, it runs the program just fine if I use if I click on it from the actual file from the files that you gave us, it runs perfectly fine. But when I type it in or edit it, it doesn't work.
When you type it in or edit it.
Yeah, look.
Oh, so when you ran mine, it didn't? It
Yeah.
ran?
Here, look. show you.
Just a second. Okay.
I don't mean to be a bother. I'm sorry.
Let me see if I can get this in here. Okay, I want to try this one.
So actually running a write file in PyCharm, because I know if you just hit the right button in PyCharm, it won't pick up the file. Like you have to right click on the file and go run.
Did you do it that way?
Yeah, I did it that way. But see, when I pick one from her file.
John, you gonna look?
Yeah.
Okay, John's gonna look and see if he sees anything, because sometimes,
So
because he's working on
after
there.
I run this one, this is what happens. When I run module, that happens. But when I run the exact same file, this pops up and it runs. But it doesn't run this one.
Okay, this one is actually not just turtle. This one is where if you're going to use a for loop to print happy birthday and a person's name 10 times, is that what it says? This one was where I had him do two things. Let me see.
And I copy and paste it.
That's weird. That turtle didn't do right. Oh, because I got rid of something that was in it. If you open this program, let me get it, quit, exit. This one's called function 1. And I don't know why they've got two of these loaded. Oh, mine, I saved it and it took that part out that needs to be in there. There was the spiral graph that we did. See what this one does. I've forgotten all of them. Is hers still not working? Okay, open this one called loop 1. This one has a lot of stuff in it with the loops. But it's not actually a turtle, I don't think. No, I don't have this one doing turtle. But this is good for loops. Okay, this one says to write a loop that will add all numbers from 1 to 10. So this is a simple while loop. So if you keep this, and when you take a test or when you do a project, this shows you a simple while loop that is a definite or indefinite loop. Definite, because it says it's going to go 10 times. So if we wanted, these are just while loops, and then below you see for loops that'll do the same thing. So here, this one is going to determine if a number is even. Do you remember what this symbol is? Looks like a percent sign, but what does it do? Modulus, right. So here we're trying to determine if a number is even. And the way we determine if it's even is if its remainder is not 0, right? So that's what this says. If x is modulus 2 is the same as 0, then x is even, right? So whatever number that you put in for x. Let's see. Here's one for variable in range, start, stop, and step. So down here we have to call that. That must be where it is. Okay, let me see what this one does. I'm hoping that it runs. I haven't run it in a while. No, it does not. This one's because what it needs a colon. What is x? Okay, let's say x is 5. Let's see if that part works. X, no it didn't, because x is not an even number. Something isn't working. What is x? X is even. Okay, let me look at this. Let's see how we correct it. This is where if you're... Okay, what is x? X equals... Oh, this may not work because... I put integer there, and when it divides, it probably makes it look like it's 0.
The x minus 1, so whenever you subtract 1 from
Oh.
5, it's going to make it even.
Oh, you are exactly right. Thank you, Samuel. See what he said? So up here, well, wait, that's up there, though. It should ask, what is x right here? Right? So it shouldn't be doing the x minus 1. Up here, x is 4. While x is greater than 0, print happy birthday to you.
That's a different,
Yeah, that's a different loop right there, and it's a decrement loop. Okay, then it says,
but if it does multiply by 2, that would be 2. What's the paper clip?
where are you talking about?
If x times the
No, that's modulus. So it's divide. It should say,
Like, line right above that, is that like set to anything? Because it looks like it just says input next to it.
oh, you're right. Input, what is x? So it needs to be saying x equals, right?
Okay, it runs in this one.
Oh, good. So there's something not loaded over there then. That's what I thought might be wrong. Oh, I ran the wrong run module. In this new version of IDLE, it gives you something like called customize right there, and I always forget to pick that one. Okay, what is x? Let's try 5 again. It didn't even go there. What is x5? And then it prints the 0 through 18. So it skips the even one, doesn't it? This is how you really learn to code. You figure out what's wrong. So oh, it only does that if it's even. So you see what happened? This would make more sense to me if you went down here and said else print x is odd, right?
Yeah,
Will that work?
should work.
Okay, let's see if this one works. Let's do 5 again. X is odd. There we go. So all these other loops work too, right?
Yeah, from 0 to
Let's see what they are. Okay, so the next one was a for loop where the variable is in the range start, stop, step. So it says for x in range of 10, print x. So the start, remember what is in a for loop? What's the start default to? I could say 0, comma, 0, comma, 10. Because it's defaulting, it's saying, oh, no, I did that wrong. Wait a minute. Not there. Comma 10, comma 1. Because it's saying start at 0. It automatically is going to start at 0 unless I tell it a different number. So if I wanted it to start at 1 and go to 10 and step 1 at a time, what if I do this? What's it going to do if I do that? Anybody know? What should it print out that now? If I say for x in range 1 to 10, stop at 10 and step at 2. It's going to do all the even numbers, right? It's going to start with 1 and it's actually going to print 1. Okay, let's do this so I'll know. Let's say print, and I'm going to put a comment in here, for loop step 2. Okay, so it's saying for loop step of 2, so we'll know which one it's in. So I'm going to run it and see if that's what happens.
So start at 1.
Mm-hmm.
So this next step would be 3.
Yeah, I think that's right because I had it started. So 1, 3, 5, 7, 9.
I figured it out.
You did on that computer? Oh, good.
Yeah.
See there, you thought you wasn't a coder.
I'm not.
See, you had patience until you figured it out. That's a challenge, right? You have to like challenges. Okay, so this one, we see what happened then. This is the best way to learn how loops work, is get in there and play with them. So this is saying 4x in range of 1. Now, if I left it like it was, it's automatically going to start with 0 and go to 10, right? So it's going to stop at 10. So if I wanted it to stop at 5, what would I do?
You go range 5.
Go range 5. So it would still start at 0 and end at 5. Zero, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? All right, so all these different loops that we're doing, this is how you figure out for sure how to write a for loop. Just play with it. Remember what the default is. So in a for loop, it has to have these 3 parts in parentheses unless I want it to default to the starting be 0 and the step to be 1, right? That's how I can, but I always have to tell it where to stop, how many times to do it. Okay, so here says this one counts from 10 to 20 by 2s. 20 is not inclusive. So it's not going to print out 20. It says for B in range, start with 10, go to 20, and count by 2s, right? So that's what that one was doing. So I'm going to put this one in here too so we'll know. Count by 2. So it's going to put it on every time too. Okay, let's see if it works on an even number. Let's do 6. It did. So here it counted by 2, so it was 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, and it didn't include 20. So I would have to put 22 to get it to include 20, right? Okay, so what about this one? Goes from 20 to 200 by 20s. 200 is inclusive because I said 201, right? But it's just going to include 200. So this one is going to start at 20, go to 201, and it's going to do it by 20s. Oh, it didn't print that one, did it?
No,
This one might not work. That's probably why I took that out. Let's see.
it's from text. That's why
Yeah,
you need to actually code it. You just put it in text.
Oh, I see. This for loop. For
hashtag it.
Yeah.
there. And then it has to say print. I'm going to put a quote by 20, comma B, right? Is that what I called it? No, it's still called X. Huh? This one's called X again. Okay, so will that work?
You have 2 of them called X.
Yeah, so you need to stop one or
Yeah, keep
Oh,
one up there
I need to
that's
change this one to like C or something, right?
yeah.
Okay, so let's go here. By 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 40, 60, 80, 200. By putting 201, it included 200, right? Okay, so now, what if we wanted to take let's say that we want to take this bottom one and we're going to make it a function. So I'm going to take it and Control X, I think. We'll do it. And I'm going to make it a function up here at the top. It says, and what is that one called? What did it do? It did 10 or something. Multiply by 10, I think, or something like that. Or no, it was just print by 10. We'll just call it by 10. And it didn't pass anything, I don't think. So this one is going to go from 10 to 0 by -1, and this 4 has got to go inside my function like that. So what do I need to do down here to make that run? Or in my main somewhere? Gotta make a call to it, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to go down here and I'll just say by 10. It's going to make a call to it before it does done. Let me put this up at the top so we know it's the function. Let's say from function by 10. Okay, so at the bottom, it did from function by 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. So it actually subtracted 1. You notice what it did up here? It subtracted 1 each time until it got to a -1. So it started with a 10, subtracted 1 until it got to -1. So it did a countdown, right? Like y'all too young for the rockets blasting off. That used to be a big deal when I was a kid. Sit and watch the TV. 10, 9. Okay, so what if I wanted the happy birthday to be in a function? What do I need to do? So I can create the function up here, right? Okay. So I'm going to say DEF. We'll just call it happy birthday like that. And then I'm going to just copy what's here. So it says Prince happy birthday. Okay, and remember I got to move all this over under here. So this is a while loop that's going to print happy birthday, but I have to call it down here, right? So instead of that one being at the top, I'm just going to say happy birthday here. So it's going to do that one at the bottom. There it is. So if you take this program and you play with it a lot, let me tell you what your assignment for that's due next Monday. Of course, we're not going to go over it in class because I give you to midnight to put it in. So I guess we'll have to go over it on Wednesday, but I'm going to give you another one on Monday. Okay, this one, what it says, what your assignment is. I find it again. Where am I at? Okay, let me get back to home. It's a turtle one, but let me make it published.
the next month, right?
No, it says November 4th, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, next month. You're right.
Turtles nested loops.
Functions, right. Okay, so let's look at it. What you're going to do is download this program, and it's as a zipped file. It's really just a Python file, but people were having trouble downloading it, so I put it like that. Download this or type it into idle. So here it is without a zip. If you can download it this way, these are the same identical program, okay? So once you open it, it's got, let me show you what it looks like. Let's see if it'll let me download it that way into Windows. Oh, well, I'll just show it to you this way because I don't want to run it. Okay, so what this says, it has this much of the program done for you. Oh, I need to read your instructions first so you understand them. Let's go back. So it says, complete the code with the 2 for loops, and the output should look like this. When you get finished, it should look like, hopefully it'll show that. It's actually, this has a little arrow instead of a turtle, and it'll start right up here at the top, and it'll go across and down and across and down and across, and it'll create these dots if you code it correctly. That's what your output should look like. So you will submit 2 Python scripts. The first one, no function, and the second one, you include at least 1 function. So just what we've been doing. The first time we looked at that program, it had no functions, right? This one that we've been working on. Where is it? Where did it go? I guess I closed it. So I'll have to go back in there and open it. Okay, in idle, oops, where'd it go? Idle was window. Where is that? File, recent file. Oh, maybe that was it. I don't show it being open. That's not the one we were playing with, was it? It was in that zipped folder. So let me go back to that folder. Oh, it was the one called loop 1, I think, or function 1. Function 1, maybe. And I think that I maybe copied over it. I hope not. No, here it is. Okay, so when we were doing this, you remember this wasn't a function to start with, right? It was not a function. These, oh, that was added. That's still not the right one that we were just playing with. Must have been this one. Yeah. Okay, so these functions were not there, right? It was just these loops like this. Okay, so you're going to take that little piece of code that I gave you, this problem right here that I showed you a minute ago. Let's see if it'll open again. Okay, you're going to take this start of a program, and you're going to put a outer loop here. So there will be a for loop right here, and then a for loop right here. This part goes in the body of the inner loop. This part goes in the body of the outer loop. You got to make it draw that picture. Once you draw that picture, then you are to pull out one of them into the function, one of those loops into a function. Oh, is that what it says? Yeah. The inner one. Okay. Whatever it says. So that's what your assignment is. So take what we did in class today, and this is a lot simpler because I already show you exactly where to put the for loop and the inner loop and the outer loop. I'm making sure you understand nested loops too. That's another thing this does. So if Monday you're about to pull your hair out and you couldn't figure it out, we'll look at it, okay, before you have to submit it on Monday night. But I want you to try it, okay? All right, we are done.
And what'd you say about the mind taps? You said something about Wednesday or something like that? Or did you
They're
say
due
that-
Monday at midnight too. I went ahead and moved it up to the 4th, and I gave you all those programs in here.
And those are located.
In this module 3, down here where it says Mind Tap Unit 5.zip. Yes.
So our programs, the ones that mine wasn't working for some reason in MindTap.
I'll still give you the Mind Tap. If you play with it and try to get it to work and it doesn't work, I can see that you did it. Then the 5 points. I'm not looking for correct answers. I'm looking for you to try
So
to
that
figure.
email I sent you, Ms. Wilson, about, like, because I had the exact same answer as, it was my last mind tap that no.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah.
They looked the exact same, but for some reason it just wasn't submitted for me.
Okay. Yeah. I'll look at that.